Hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial I'm actually going to do I guess you could say like a surprise Silk Sonic song, and for this particular video I decided to do Blast Off with Bruno Mars and Anderson Paak. So I'm actually doing this on my Zoom right now because it just takes entirely too long for me to do this on the iPhone, and it takes forever to upload. It's just easier to do it this way with my high-tech webcam. And I haven't been doing a lot of YouTube videos lately, but I might start picking it up because there's a lot of songs I can teach you guys over the course of time. So what I'm going to do, a lot of you guys had suggested that I play through the song first before I give you the tutorial, so I'm going to do just that. I want to do maybe like the first verse and the first chorus of the Silk Sonic song Blast Off. And the easy part about that is that the chords that happen for the verse is actually the same chords that happen for the chorus. And you'll notice that as I walk through the tutorial. So I'm going to walk you through. So I'm just going to play it first so you guys can kind of hear the whole thing. I don't know the lyrics word for word, but I can probably just hum through it and you guys can kind of understand, which chord belongs where. So, so we got the intro. So we got first verse. It goes. And it just loops back. So. I got a little more if you're ready. We can have it all. And then ba 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 da 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 da. Blast off. Da 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 ba 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 da 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 ba da. Blast off into the sky. And you'll notice the second verse is just the same thing. So it just loops back over the entire thing going into the second verse. Sorry, this stand is a little unstable here. So I'm going to walk you through what I normally do to make it easier, because a lot of my students are complete beginners, so some of this might even be completely foreign to you. I'm going to do a run through really quickly of how to name the keys, and then what I will do is I will break up the verse, left hand, right hand together. I'll do the same thing for the pre-hook, which is where they say, I took a little something to get here. That little intermittent part between the verse and the chorus, I'll break that part up, left hand, right hand, and then together. And then we'll do the chorus, which again is just it'll just be a review of the verse. So for those who are unfamiliar with the keyboard and how it works, you have the white keys, you have the black keys. So you notice there's white keys are actually named by the first 7 letters of the alphabet, A to G, and usually the first note that you learn is C, which will always be to the left of any 2 black keys that you see. So you got 2 black keys, 3 black keys, 2 black keys, 3 black keys. If you find any 2 black keys, C will always be to the left, the white key to the left of the 2 black keys. After C is D, and then E, and then F, and then G, and then after G, it starts over with A, and then B, and then you'll notice that C shows up again. So the piano is really just the same 7 white keys that just repeat themselves: C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So if you need some time to kind of review that before watching this video, you can feel free to do that. Now, the black keys are named by their neighboring white keys. So the black key here is named after these 2 keys. So, and technically, the black keys each have 2 different names, one based on the white key to the left and based on the white key to the right. So just for reference, any note that is a half step, right? If you go from this key to this key, that is a distance of a half step. From here to here is also a distance of a half step. And that's important to note because the black keys are named based on whether they are a half step higher or a half step lower than the white key. So a note that is a half step higher is considered sharp. That's where you have that little pound sign, that little hashtag sign, or it looks like a hashtag. If a note is a half step lower, it is considered a flat, or if it's, flat against the note. So what that means is if this is F, right, then if you go a half step higher, you run into this black key. It's called F sharp, right? And all the other keys are named using that same measurement. But this other key on the right is G, right? Because you have F, G. So at the same time, this black key is a half step lower than G, right? So it also makes it G flat. So it's F sharp, G flat, right? This black key here is also, so here we have G, it's a half step higher than G, right? So it's G sharp, but it's also a half step lower than A, which is A flat. So just a quick run through, here we have C, which is, and this black key is C sharp, D flat. This one is D sharp, E flat, F sharp / G flat, G sharp / A flat, and then A sharp / B flat. So that's just a really quick reference to how to name the white and the black keys. So I'll be using these as reference as we go through this tutorial. Now, for the verse part where he goes da 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 da, and then ba da 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 ba da 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 da, because the ending of that part is a little bit different. So I'm going to show you the left hand. Now the fingering can be a little bit, fluid. There's no exact fingerings. This is just the fingerings I use because this is my arrangement. Just to make it easy for you guys, we're going to learn the bass and we're going to learn the chords for these parts. So if you want to sing it, you're kind of accompanying yourself, but that's what we're going to learn today, right? So the left hand for the first part where it goes ba da 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 ba da 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 da. The first note you're going to hit is going to be A flat, and you can probably just use your two finger, whatever finger you want. I kind of make it like whatever my range is, I kind of put my hand in the center of that range, so that way it makes it easy to kind of, work my way around. So the first note that the left hand's going to play is A flat, ba da 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 da, right? So you can just hold it there. The next note is going to be B, which you can go up, ba da 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 da, and then the last note is going to be E, ba, right? So again, it's going to be ba da A flat da 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 da. Here comes B, ba da 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 da, and then E, right? So because it's a bass, it's a little bit on the lower side versus me playing up here, right? So as a reference, I forgot to mention this. This is middle C right here. Sorry, the camera's off to the left because I needed to get some of the lower notes here. This is C, middle C, right? So this is the A flat here. I'm going down another A flat to get to the one that I'm playing. So I'm 2 A flats down from middle C. So middle C, we got A flat number 1, A flat number 2. This is where my left hand is. So A flat, ba da 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 da, and then B, ba da 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 da, right? So we got, and then E at the at the end of that. So that is the left hand. So what we're going to do is we're going to make the left hand and right hand change mostly at the same time. That way it makes it easier to kind of keep track of everything. So for that same part, the right hand is going to have, so again, this is middle C as a reference. So I'm going to just put my right hand here. My thumb is going to be on D flat. So we're going to play a chord. We're going to play 3 chords, right? So right hand thumb is going to be on D flat. Third finger right here, my middle finger, is going to be on G flat. So here's G, so we have G flat, right? And then my pinky, which is going to be all the way over here, is going to be on B flat. So D flat, G flat, B flat. You play them all at the same time. So 1, 3, 5, because the finger numbers is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So da 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 da. So you're gonna just hold that chord out the entire time. Now when it goes da 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 da, I'm sorry, I don't know the lyrics. I wish I could use it as a reference, but if you can hear the melody, hopefully you'll be able to follow along. I pick up on melodies and chords faster than I pick up on lyrics. So sorry guys. Now, so da 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 ba ba, right? So when he goes to that next chord, your thumb is going to stay on D flat, but your 2 fingers are going to be on E, right? E here, and then your pinky's going to go down to A, and you're going to play D flat, E, and A at the same time. Ba da 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 da. Right? So ba da da da, D flat, G flat, B flat, ba ba ba, and then D flat, E, A, ba 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 da da da. Now this next part, the easiest way to remember it is every note's going to go a half step down. So thumb's going to go from D flat to C. Your two fingers are going to go from E to E flat, and then your pinky's going to go from A to A flat. So C, E flat, A flat for the next part. But sorry, I had that wrong. Your thumb is actually going to go, so scratch the half step thing. Your thumb is going to go to B, but the other two notes will be where they are, right? So you're going to go from this chord, D flat, E, A, your thumb's going to go over to B, your two fingers are going to go to E flat, and then your pinky's going to go to A flat. So this one, and this one, right here. Ba-da. So these three, ba-da. So ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now, when you add them together, each time the left hand changes, the right hand's going to change with. That's the easiest way to remember this part. So remember that A flat I was telling you about, that first note that the left hand plays? The right hand's going to play that first chord together with the left hand playing the A flat. Da, da, da. So A flat on the left hand, D flat, G flat, B flat on the right hand. Da, 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 da. And then the next chord, they're going to change together. So left hand's going to go to B, right hand's going to go to D flat, E, A. Da, 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 da. And then for that last chord, you're going to have left hand on E, right hand on B, E flat, and A flat. Ba-da. So ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, ba-ba-ba. Now, for when he does the loop around, when he does it again, this is same first two chords, right? Ba-da-ba-da, just like rainbows in summer, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now you notice for this part, we don't go to this chord. We go to a different chord because he goes up. Ba-da-da-da. So what's going to happen for that part, the left hand is going to go from B to D flat. And it's going to just stay there. At the same time, the right hand is going to go to thumb on E flat, two finger on G flat, and then pinky on B. So this one, and then this chord. So you're going to play them at the same time, right? Now, there's going to be a little bit of a transitional, like an intermittent chord in between there before it goes to the pre-hook where they go, I took a little something to get here. So what that's going to look like, you're going to play this chord, right? So left hand on D flat, right hand E flat, G flat, and then B, right? What's going to happen is the right hand is going to move its thumb and two finger down a half step. So thumb on D, two finger on F, and then pinky stays on B. So, right? Let me a little bit of a clash. So, you notice the left hand doesn't move. It's just staying there. So you're just going to go bum, bum, right? So that is the verse. Now, we're going to go to the part where he goes, ba-da-da-da-da, I took a little something to get here. Yeah, yeah. So, and then, so what that part is a little bit more complicated, but I'll walk you through it. So, ba-da-da-da, ba. The left hand's going to go to G flat, which is this guy over here. Ba. I took a little something to get here. Yeah, yeah. So that left hand's going to stay on that note for a little bit, right? Then when they go, I got a little more. Now I can remember the lyrics. So when he goes, I got a little more, when you get to where got, your thumb is going to go to B. I got a little more if you're ready. So, ba-da-da-da-da, I took a little something to get here. Yeah, yeah. I got a little more if you're ready. Now, what you're going to do for this part is you're going to do what's called a dramatic. a chromatic walk down. So that means you're going to go a half step down, a half step down, and a half step down. So if you're at B, right, you're going to just go B flat, half step down. Then you can probably just bring your thumb over to A. You're going to go another half step down. And then you're going to land your 2 finger, or you can use your 3rd finger. Doesn't matter. But the point is the next note is going to be A flat. So walking through that part, right? So you go ba-da-da-da, G flat. I got a little something to get here. Yeah, yeah. And then thumb on B. I got a little more if you're ready. We can have it. Half step. Half step. Oh. So I got a little more if you're ready. We can have it. Oh, half step down. Oh. And you'll hear in the song when they're walking down the chords, right? Oh. And then that's going to land you on the first chord of the chorus. To a magical place. But that's for later on, right? So when you get to the right hand's going to go. So for ba da 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 ba, for that we call the pre-hook. The right hand thumb, we're going to just use right hand thumb for E flat, 3rd finger on A flat, and pinky on B. I think next video I'm going to try to find one of those apps where like the digital keyboard pops up on top of the screen and then it shows like where the keys light up. So I might look into a program that does just that. Anyways, so E flat, A flat, B. Ba-da-da-da-da. I took a little something to. And so when you say get here, right? Get here. This chord is going to be thumb on D flat. You can use your 2 finger for E. And your pinky is going to be on B flat. To get here, so D flat, E, B flat. So you're going to go from, again, E flat, A flat, B. I took a little something to get here. And you're going to be, D flat, E, B flat, right? So that's one, right? Now, for the next part where he goes, I got a little more, on the word got, you're going to see a very familiar chord. This is going to be our good friend, thumb on D flat, 2 finger on E, and pinky on A. I got a little more if you're ready. Because it's the same chord, right? I got a little more if you're ready. Now, just like the left hand walks down chromatically, like 1 half step, you're going to do the same thing with the right hand for each note, to a degree. So watch this. So we can have it all. When you say all, your thumb's going to go to C. Then your 2 fingers going to go to E flat, and your pinky's going to go to A flat. Right, so C, E flat, A flat. And then it's going to walk down 1 more time, each note going a half step down. So that lands your thumb on B, your 2 finger on D, and your pinky on G. Right? Now the easiest way to remember the next note is that it's the very first chord that you learn. Boom, there's our first chord. So D flat, G flat and B flat. So to review that part, we got E flat, A flat, B. I took a little something to get here, right? So we have D flat, E, and then B flat. Yeah. And then we have, so really for this next chord, you're just moving your pinky down to A. These 2 notes stay where they are. So D flat, E, A. I got a little more if you're ready. We can have it all, which is C, E flat, A flat, all. And then that's going to be B, D, A, all. And then that's our first chord, D flat, G flat, B. And that's going to set us up for the chorus, which again is just the same exact chord progression as the first verse. So I'll demonstrate that to you in a second. Now we're going to put both hands together. So we got our left hand. So our left hand's going to go to our G flat, right? And again, I should have mentioned this in the beginning of the video. Make sure you break this up so you don't have to figure out this entire thing in one video. You might want to, let's say, take some time to work on the left hand for the verse first, practice that a few times, then practice the right hand for the first verse, practice that a few times, and then practice both of them together. And then maybe the next day, you might want to work on the pre-hook. So you don't want to have, if it's too much to learn at one time, you can always break this video up into a series of, a few days, that sort of thing. So I just wanted to throw that out there in case you guys didn't know that you had that option. All right, so for this, the pre-hook, when you put them together, it's going to be left hand on G flat, and then right hand E flat, A flat, and then B. I took a little something too. Now, remember, the left hand's going to stay on this note here, as the right hand's going to go to this chord. Get here. So left hand is still on G flat. So, I took a little something to get here. D flat, E, B flat. Yeah, right? Now for the next part, when we go to B with our left hand, we're going to go to our D flat, E, A with our right hand. I got a little more if you're ready. We can have it. And then we'll walk down a half step, both hands. Right? So we have B flat, C, E flat, A flat. And then we'll walk down again together, half step, every single note. So we got so left hand's going to be on A, right? And then right hand B, D, G. And then guess what? As the left hand goes down to A flat, we're going to go that we basically end up being at our first chord. Right? So remember, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat. So, let me see. I took a little something to get here, yeah. I got a little more if you're ready. We could have it Let's tiptoe to a magical place. Blast. It's just the same chords as the first verse. From outer space, blast off into the sky. And then guess what? When you get to verse 2, it's the same exact thing. Everything I just told you from beginning to end, you just repeated all the same thing for verse 2. So that is basically the verse and the chorus for Silk Sonic's Blast Off. So if you haven't had a chance to check out my website, is themusicalweb.com, where I have my beginner course where it goes over all the fundamentals of how to read sheet music. It goes over music theory, on how to play chords and how to play chord progressions and naming the chords, the difference between major and minor. It teaches you how to play in different keys. And you can also check out my training program, which gives you a series of daily exercises that you can go through to practice for reinforcement. So again, that is on themusicalweb.com. So www.themusicalweb with 2 B's, TheMusicalWeb.com. Depending on where you're watching this video, you might actually be on the website already. There might be some info about one of the courses and one of the programs that I just mentioned. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and share. If you want to get notifications on any new videos that I do, make sure you turn the bell on. It should be somewhere on this, somewhere on the page that you're watching the YouTube video. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys in a future tutorial.